What's going on, guys? Let's go ahead and get this thing kicked off today. Tonight, I should say. Let's get this thing put up here where you guys can see. I'm waiting on an ad to finish so that I can see the comments. This is how it works. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, what's going on with it? Why is it? Hold on. Swap it. There we go. All right. So, I want to talk to you guys a little bit tonight. Let's see. Hold on, let's get this popped out here. It's kind of late. I just want to do something a little bit different, and it's gonna sound like fireworks going off, but that's just rain. You guys know how it is out here. What's going on, everybody? So tonight, I want to talk about like what motivates you guys. Like, what's your motivation? How do you go about working on your car and staying motivated? What's crack-a-lackin', TJ? What's going on? Yeah, checking in from Texas. Good evening. I need to wipe the camera off because, yeah, it's a little dirty. Let's see. There we go. You guys are a little, yeah, look at that. A little clean. Anyway, I want to talk about passion a little bit tonight. And like I said, guys, it's raining, so if you're wondering what that noise is, that's what it is. Yeah, it's pretty loud. But, you know, I want to know how you guys get work done. You know what I mean? Like, what's your mindset when, let's say you get a new car, right? Let's say you just pick up a new Fox body, and like, how do you go about staying passionate and getting as much work done as possible? You know, for me, it's a little different. Like when I look at a car, I think, okay, what can my skill set allow me to do to get this car in a condition that I feel like, you know, it's going to be good for me. It's going to make me happy. What can my skill set allow me to go ahead and get on this thing, do it? That's one of the things that I think, like, that's the first thing I think of when I see a car. I'm like, all right, what can I do to improve this thing immediately? And then what are some long-term things I can't do right now, but it's going to take a little bit of time? I'm just curious. Yeah, Wisnat's chiming in right now. I'm just curious, like, how do you guys look at that? You guys can stay motivated? No. See, so I want to talk about that. That's actually a very good topic, and it's something that I've had a conversation with a friend of mine about, and we actually both feel the same way. So motivation and passion are two separate things, right? Completely separate things. You can be motivated to get up and clean the house. You can be motivated to do that, but that doesn't mean you're passionate about it. So passion and motivation are two separate things. Passion is something that you don't have to be motivated to do. It's a fire inside of you that cannot be put out until you achieve this goal, right? Or you can wait it out and passion will eventually die off, no doubt. It's happened to me before. That's why I say it's important to, when you have a task, when you get a new car, or when you have a job to do on this car, you get on it immediately and you do not stop. You get after it. Now, I understand money and time are limiting factors, and sometimes skill set is a limiting factor. But let me go ahead and read some of these comments. Happy Veterans Day to you as well. Let's see. So Wisnat Mustangs, if you guys don't know, that's a father-son deal that's pretty much right down the road from me, and we're all pretty good friends. And these guys build Mustangs and Broncos and all sorts of stuff. So if anybody knows how to stay motivated, passionate, that is, it's these guys. And just to clarify, there's nothing wrong with being motivated. I hope you are motivated, because we're not always able to be passionate about every little thing. I mean, let's just be honest. Sometimes it's just a grind, right, to get it done. So, Wiznat says it's knowing the end product, what it will be, and seeing the finished product of the build yourself. So, 100%. That's what should keep you passionate. You should, when you see something, have an end goal in your mind. Like, okay, I know I can do this, and this is what I want this thing to look like. And that's what you strive for, right? That's what you're working for every second of the day that you have the time to do it. That's what you're working for. And I think once you're successful one time and you can actually make it happen, I think that's what drives you next time to know that you can do it, right? So next time it's even more. You want to push yourself even harder. So let's see what we got here. Meth is a good, I mean, sure, yeah. If you're into that, yeah, I'm sure that would probably motivate you too. So Leach says baby steps. Pick something that's achievable in a single working session and do it. I agree with that. And it's biting off, little chunks at a time and not becoming overwhelmed. That's also a very good way to keep yourself motivated. Is like I said, don't jump into things, and try to put too much on your plate. For instance, we're going to be doing a supercharger on the Retro Fox, and we could have done everything that we're doing at one time, but that's just too much to put on your plate. So you want to kind of bite this off, in bite-sized pieces, if you will. I feel like motivation comes from feeling the difference after installing new parts or tuning suspension or power upgrades, Andrew says. Absolutely. And like I said, it's a matter of once you accomplish your goal and once you prove to yourself that you can do it, man, it's a feeling that nobody can take away from you. It's a feeling of accomplishment that will then continue to grow, and you'll continue to push yourself even harder and break new boundaries, if you will. So let's go ahead and skip down. Yeah, late night, man. It's absolutely a late night. Knowing me and my son and my brother-in-law can go cruise. See, and that's another thing, that the end goal, right? To know that you'll be able to get in your car at some point and go cruise down the road, you can visualize this, right? Every one of you have visualized what it's going to be when you finish your project, what it look like. Car guys are just different, right? We can see ourselves through somebody else's eyes. Like, I know I do this, and I know a couple other people have too, because I've talked about it with them. Like, you can actually see yourself from somebody else's point of view, what it's going to look like with you sitting there at the red light, at the traffic light, in your car, arm out the window, the paint job you want, the wheels you want, and you're able to get that feeling of what it's going to mean, right, when it's all said and done. And I know I do that all the time. I'm like, man, this car is going to have these wheels, this paint job. It's going to sound like this, look like this. Man, I know if I saw that car somewhere, I would be in love with it. And that's what I try to do. I try to build a car that I'm going to be in love with and that would get my attention. And, that's just the way I do things. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are the same way. And if you're not, that's a good way of looking at it, because sometimes I think we get so caught up in what we think we want, but we never really step back and look at the big picture. And I have to do that. I've actually changed a couple of my builds, my projects, after I kind of did that. I took a step back and I'm like, all right, what would this car look like to me? Or not even the looks, just the overall build of the car, whether it be the engine, performance, mods, whatever. What would this be if I saw this car and somebody else owned it? I'm telling you guys, that's a trick that you can use, and sometimes it'll save you. It has me. I've made a couple changes before. Just about to start work on my 90 model Mustang. Yeah, that 66 behind me. Yeah, it's a 65, believe it or not. I think it's got, well, it don't anymore. It had a 66 grill, I think. It's a great feeling when you're done, but now I'm stuck with the passion and no project. Yeah, TJ, that's the thing, right? And that's that's probably one of the worst things that can happen to you, is to be passionate and need a way to channel all of that energy, and there's nowhere to put it. And that kind of sucks. I know that feeling, man. That's a thing, for sure. I'm building a budget 86 Fox body myself right now. Hell, it might not have fancy interior or the latest or the greatest thing, but it's mine. Absolutely, and you can drive it and enjoy it. And that's part of it, guys. It doesn't always have to be the prettiest car. I've mentioned this before, but cars that have that under construction look are, how can I explain this? How can I put this into words? You guys know what I'm talking about. Some of you do, but they're so appealing to so many of us because we can look at this car and visualize it the way that we would want to do it, right? So that under construction look is just raw. It's full of potential, and it's just a clean slate. It's a blank canvas, if you will. And so my point in saying this is, like, our cars don't always have to be perfect. Once a car is perfect or close to perfect, you've painted it, you buffed it, you've got your wheels, you've got your engine, everything is just right. What you do sometimes is you take away somebody else's imagination from the car. So when they look at it, they don't see anything but what you've built, which is fine. You're not building it for other people. But I think that's why the project cars are so appealing to people, because they can visualize any way they want to. Like, that car would look awesome, you know, a two-tone blue and gray with these wheels on it. And then when you see that same car 6 months later and it's purple, you know, with chrome wheels, you're just like, I don't get it. It's not the same car. It doesn't mean anything to me. So it's just funny. So sometimes, you know, a car that's a little rough, that needs some work, are some of the most fun, because, like I said, they're just full of potential. You got all the options in the world. You can sit there and look at that thing and just go over a million different ideas in your head. And I think it's pretty cool. But once you do it, hopefully you did it the way you want to, because kind of no going back at that point. We got Australia in the house. What's up, John? I'm never done. No, nobody's ever done, man. If you're ever done, then you've given up. You know, you can build a car and put it up and enjoy it. Sure, you can look at it, and it's, you know, I'm sure there's some people that that look forward to that day. I honestly don't look forward to that day at all. I never want to be done. I want to continue to push and do things. I don't know. That's just me anyway. I'm kind of that way. I only get to work on my car every other week for like 2 to 2.5 hours a day. Talk about patience and staying focused. Yeah, I know, David. And that's hard to do, man. But you need that outlet, right? You need to work on that car when you get the time, because passion can go away, right? It can dry up if you're not actively doing anything about it. Then it goes away, because it's like your brain finally realizes, like, okay, this is never going to happen. So all of these hopes, all of these dreams, this passion could be spent elsewhere. All this energy could be spent elsewhere, and your mind finally just gives up on you. It's like, well, he's never going to do nothing. So I agree, man. Work when you can, though. Keep that passion up. I started doing the same thing when I first got my 86 Mustang. I just wanted to do something to it every day and just got burnt out. Yeah, now I just take my time. Richard, yeah, I mean, everybody's different, right? What I want to say, though, is this. Let's use this scenario that you just purchased a Fox body, right? You just brought it home, and it needs work. I don't know how, I can never explain this. So this is really hard to do, and I'm going to end up rambling, and nobody's going to understand what I'm saying. But you have to get work done while it's new, while it's fresh. That's going to be when you get your most work done. You will never be as excited or passionate about something than pretty much the day you bought it, right? When you can't sleep at night, and when every waking moment you're thinking about it, what it's going to be, like, do something about it, right? That's when you're going to get the most work done, and you're going to be the most efficient. You know, it can be dangerous too, because it can become an obsession for sure. But if you're smart about it and you're aware, self-aware, there's no better time, and you will never get more done than, you know, when you first pick up something like that. And it's not about money. It's not about going out and buying the parts. What I'm trying to say is, you come home, and, like, my first thing that I do is I'll buff a car. I come home, it's got a couple scratches on it, it's got a couple scuffs. I start wet sanding the spots out, and I start buffing. buffers can be had, like Harbor Freight has these things for a little or nothing. Not a high speed, unless you know how to use one, but a random orbital buffer. They have them at Harbor Freight. They work pretty damn good. Guys, once you start doing these little things, right, you buff out a couple of these scuffs that the car has. You go in, you clean the interior. Get some freaking purple power, dilute it down with some water or some mean green, spray your seats, brush it, wipe it down, vacuum the seats out. Don't be afraid of dye, right? Spray dye. Don't be afraid of that. Get after it. Jump in your interior for like 10 to 20 bucks. You can go in and, that was loud. You can start dyeing your interior. I've shown you guys this a couple times. Like, you can blend, not tape everything off, not be like all perfect with everything and spray the whole thing. You can blend things to make it appear way better than it did, right? So you can do little things like this. If you're into any of the PDR, the paintless dent repair, you can pick up one of those things pretty cheap on Amazon, and there's plenty of videos out there on YouTube. You can jump into your car immediately, pull out a couple of those door dings, do a little bit of buffing and wet sanding, and before you know it, you may not need that paint job that you thought you needed, right? Or maybe the car sits up like a damn four-wheel drive. Doesn't cost you anything if you have a grinder with a cutoff wheel. Cut your springs, get the car down, polish it up, armor all it up, move a couple things around. Like if the fenders are out of line or the hood or this or that or whatever, then jump on it, get after it. These are the things I'm talking about doing, the things that don't cost you a lot of money. There's a certain skill set that's needed, obviously, to do some of this stuff, and there are some certain parts and tools that you'll need, but you'll never get that kind of work done if you pass up and you miss that opportunity. Very seldom does it ever come back around to where you're just carefree. You're trying to prove to yourself you can do this shit, and once that's gone, it's really hard to get back, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Amy got a shirt. What you talking about? What's up, fellas? Hey, coilovers or suspension upgrade like an Eibach. Both can lower the car 1 inch. I would just do, coilovers aren't necessary, in my opinion. They're expensive, but you can do coilovers if that's what you want. Some people just want them. Coilovers typically don't ride as good as what people make them out to. Like back in the day, it was frowned upon if you didn't have coilovers and you used lowering springs or whatever. Guys, look, nobody cares about that anymore. So I say nobody. A lot of these coilovers, especially the coilover kits, aren't going to ride very good. You're just as good cutting factory springs. Cut your factory springs, get the height the way you want to. It was free. So that's what I recommend anyway. My biggest struggle right now is fighting transmissions on the concrete. I'm so ready for a 2-post lift, doing a clutch right now on the New Edge, Brandon. Well, you got to shop for it. I know Brandon, by the way. You got to shop for it, brother, and that 2-post will absolutely help. And it sucks. It does suck. But guys, you know what? When you don't know any better, of course, if you don't have a lift and you're watching guys on YouTube with a lift, it sucks. I get it, but you use what you got. And man, for the longest time, we were up there in this garage, and before that, I was taking freaking engines out from tree limbs with a come along. I've done it all, guys. I've put motors in cars on freaking gravel. I've done it in grass, in mud. I've done it all, right? Yes, it is a little easier with the lift, but I was still doing the same thing before. It was just a little harder. You just gotta suck it up sometimes and get it done, and eventually, hopefully, your situation will get better. But it just comes down to how bad do you want it, right? And that's really what drives me, is wanting it, and I don't care what's in my way. I don't care if I'm having to do it in the grass or the dirt. It is what it is. We've done it and we've proven it already. So guys, don't ever let lack of facilities be an excuse. It sucks, but if you want it, you can go get it. When you do 40-hour weeks, when it comes down to your own, what auto salvage? You do 40-hour week. When it comes down to your own, you tend to put it off. Oh yeah, absolutely, you do tend to. But look, I can't make you be passionate about something, right? I can't make you be motivated. I can help motivate you. This video, what I want to talk about in this video is for the guys that don't know how to channel that energy, right? when you're stupid excited about something and you're just a wreck, right? You just want to get stuff done. You have to manage that, and you need to put that to work. Get out there and don't stop until the passion goes away, till the energy subsides. That's what I'm trying to say. Like that's when you will get this work done. That's what matters. Like, you know, some of us have already put the work in, or some of you guys have already put the work in, and you're to a point now where you're just kind of in chill mode, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not speaking to you guys. I'm speaking to the guys that are just getting into the game, that are super, super excited, to remind you to do as much as you can right now, because it won't always be like that. And I promise you, you can do a lot more than what you think. The biggest thing is learning the ins and outs, right? Learning what you can and can't do. Like I said, blending on a dash with some spray dye that you bought from, you know, the auto parts store, from your local paint store, can wake up an interior. Did you know that even on tweed seats, that you can lightly coat those seats with a matching dye, with Presidio gray, or either a Napa red if you have red interior, or whatever the color may be that you have. If your seats are just kind of grimy and dingy and you've tried to clean them and they just won't come clean, have you ever tried that? I've done that countless times, and you'd be surprised at how it'll freshen up an old pair of seats. That's what I'm saying. Learn the little tricks of the trade that can save you time. And it can't, like, there's no way to go over all that stuff. Just try things. You'd be surprised. It really helps to get out there and try things. So who's going to be the first against Papa T's car, the Calypso or Andrew? Fulton, that's my brother. I hadn't seen Fulton on here yet. I don't know, Fulton. I have no idea. We're not letting Andrew ride in the car anymore because he busted the transmission last time he was in it from the passenger seat over there. But I don't know. We'll run we need to run the Calypso and my dad's car. I want to run him on 5 pounds on the Calypso, see what happens there, and then the Retro, whenever we get the supercharger on it, run him as well on that. So I don't know. We'll have to see. Cool if I pick up in 10 minutes. I guess Garrett put me down for a hoodie. Okay, so I guess you got, I haven't been looking at the comments, so I guess she's asking about hoodies. So guys, we got a new shirt design. I think I want to show you all the new shirt design. Yeah, let's do that. You guys want to see the new shirt design? Now, I know we've been pumping out a lot of different designs lately, but you know what? There's a comment that resonated with me, and it's a while back, but somebody posted it. Maybe even one of you guys was like, "Man, the gear game is slacking. Like you need to hire a designer or an editor, or whatever the hell it was, somebody to basically design your stuff." And I'm like, man, I design my own stuff. I mean, I'm not the best, but damn, maybe I do need to get off my butt and do more. So I started getting after it, designing some new stuff. And there again, I'm not a graphic designer, but I do what I can. So lately, that's really kind of hit home with me, and I felt like you guys were being gypped on stuff. So we've been coming out with some new stuff. So we got a new design. I think you've seen it one time before, but I'll show it to you here in just a second. Any big guy sizes? Yes, we're gonna have 4X and 5X. Garrett, that's fine. I'll send it out to Shop Nakia. All right, so it looks like we're about to have some company. I guess Garrett's gonna ride over, so we'll put him on the live screen if we're still on. So I can't find any spindles for my 91 Fox body. I need a passenger side because mine is ruined. Any advice? It's still 4-lug, and I don't want to convert just yet. Fox Body Nation 91. Does anybody have a passenger side spindle that they can hook up Fox Body Nation 91 with? If so, you guys share email addresses or something like that and get after it. So Fox Body Nation 91 needs some help, guys, with a spindle. It says it's ruined. What kind of supercharger do you recommend? Any of them, man. I'm not a supercharger or turbo snob or anything like that. Whatever you can get your hands on. Now, if you're trying to make big power, if you're trying to make 600-700 horsepower, obviously a power dyne's not going to be the one for you. But if you're just looking for 300 horsepower to 350, pick up a power dyne if you can find it, or whatever you can get your hands on. There again. Wow, it's blocking the word fat boy Fox. It's crazy. Used to run a giveaway company for diesel trucks. I can design really cool stuff. Yeah. I mean, I'm not against somebody helping me design stuff, don't get me wrong. I take pride in doing everything myself. We try to do as much in-house as possible. I mean, and sometimes we suffer because of that, because I'm not the most skilled designer, but we take pride in it. But at the same time, you know, I mean, I wouldn't be against somebody designing some stuff. What's up? Is this for Garrett?
I don't know, Mom. I'm just gonna take it out to you.
Well, it's wet. You just got the hat wet.
My bad.
Is that wet? Yeah, I guess so. All right. Anyway.
It's raining. I can't stop.
Okay. All right. So, anyway, let's go ahead and find some more stuff. Anyone have any heads for sale? So, D Dorm wants to know if anybody has any heads for sale. I plan on doing a Trick Flow top end kit with a supercharger. Chris, that ought to be awesome. That ought to really do. So, Reaper says, Fox Body 91, I have 23 Foxes and a lot of parts. So there you go. I also hit up Neo Mustang, if nothing else. Neo has parts like that too, as well. How does the new okay, all right. So was that Cottrell asked how the rear spool does in a car? How does it drive? I was thinking about getting one from LMR. It's not bad. It's not bad if you have stock springs. If you have stock suspension, meaning stock coil springs, it's not that bad. Where it sucks is when you go with the coilover kit, because all of that stuff wants to move, right? Your car can no longer let one wheel spin faster than the other, and it puts the car in a bind, right? So anytime you try to turn, everything in that car that's attached to that rear end wants to get the hell out of there. It don't want to hold on, like it's holding on for dear life. So it makes everything stretch and pop and move. So I don't like it. I don't like it with the rear coilovers. I'm actually, next time that car is up on the rack, we're gonna put the coil springs back in it for that reason, because it's not as exaggerated. With that being said, you know, a spool with factory style coilover springs or like lowering springs or something, it's not that bad. I don't think it's needed though. I really don't. A good built rear end or a rebuilt stock carrier or 31 spline or something like that is honestly fine. But if you insist and you want a spool, sure, go for it. Just don't use the coilover kit with it, in my opinion. Car has surging idle and pinging out of nowhere. Tried replacing the IAC and TPS and base auto reset and still no luck. Kyler, that could be a ton of different things. Typically what I go for with that is more than likely a vacuum leak. If you're getting a pinging sometimes, or popping, you say pinging, I say popping, like if you're getting like a poop poop, notice that sound, poop poop through the intake or something like that, typically that's going to be a vacuum leak or a lean issue. It can also be a timing issue as well. So check your timing on the car. Make sure that the timing is not moved on you, because it will. Also, the ECT or ACT sensor could be bad and causing the car to pull timing and not run right. I don't know, it's hard to say on that. Obviously, you've checked the timing though, I guess, if you've done the base auto reset. But anyway, check that out and then we can go from there. What did I miss? 100 people. It's popping tonight. What's going on, Pimp? We got Pimp in the house tonight. Oh, let's see. Black Mamba. What's up? Thank you for the shirt of one last live. Been a while, like 2 months ago or 3. Been super busy finally. Yeah, Black Mamba, man, I'm glad you won. That's awesome. Glad to have you here. Let's see. Yeah, what's your timing set at, Kyler? That's something that I would definitely be interested in too. Look at him creeping up. Okay, what's the price on one shipped? Okay, so Fox Body Nation is asking what the price is for one of the spindles shipped. So you guys help him out there real quick. This is the guy right here. This is Garrett, everybody. It's weird because he was just in my comment section here. So
Small world.
yeah, small world. Yep. Have you found a box intake yet? Well, I don't know. We'll just have to see, won't we? Try the ECT, exactly. So ECT, ACT, something like that. This is yours. She got it wet, though. That's
Oh, that was
mine.
mine. Oh, so whose is this? Yours?
Yeah, that's
I
mine.
feel knowledgeable.
Yeah, I hear you. Love the channel. Ordered a set of Brodex L817 195cc heads from a 347. Any thoughts on these heads? I don't know a lot about those heads, but I do know. I know a little bit about it. They're pretty good heads, but I don't know flow numbers and things like that. But man, for the street, absolutely, those are some pretty good heads, and they still flow. They still flow really good, even at 195cc. So I think you did good there on those. What? Let's see. We have shipping built into the prices and posting. Life is posting up. Let's see. You recommended an 87 T-top for 7,000. Would I guess you're asking me if I would? Yeah, 7,000, and it's in very good condition. Hell yeah, absolutely, man. Go for that. My son worked on the truck while I worked on the Mustang and the radio, and we fixed both vehicles in such a chilled, fun time. Man, that's awesome. So me and my son were working on his car today as well, and man, we had a blast. And that's kind of where all of this is stemming from, because we got so much work done today, and we just got out there and grinded it out, right? We said we're going to do this. We're going to prove to ourselves that we can transform this car into something awesome in just a matter of hours, right? That most people would overlook, and they would see a car like that and be like, whatever. But if you know what you're doing and you get after it, you can make something awesome, turn something into something. Let's see. So T-Top Thomas, I watched your review on the On3 kit. Any idea why LMR all of a sudden stopped selling them? No, I don't know on that, actually. I will speak to some of the guys at LMR and find out what's going on with that. They may just be out of stock. They may be hard to get right now. That may be it. Christopher says about 0.98. Good, yeah. Anywhere on that, TPS-wise, you should be good. So is the Arctic Fox going to be the car we see on the channel for NA all motor content? I don't know, man. I don't know what Andrew's going to do with that. Probably, that car is probably going to get a supercharger as well. Let's see. Hey, that's the guy with the fast Mustang. Yep. He's got him on his channel for sure. He's got an awesome channel, by the way.
I just cover fast Mustangs, you know.
He just covers fast. Yeah, he didn't like to show his Mustang. He's got an awesome Cobra, but he doesn't like to show it.
Secret stuff, man. Secret stuff.
So Second Shift Racing, you guys go check it out. I've talked about it a few times. Where are you at now, subscriber wise?
Somewhere around 1,600 right now. So which, you know, the channel's only like a year old, so we're going to Mod Nats tomorrow. Some of us are already there. So we're gonna go cover a bunch of cars. So I wanted some Fox Body gears to go cover one of the baddest Fox bodies on the planet tomorrow, which is Real Teal or Wesley Evans. Some of y'all know him. So I kind of want to support some of the Fox Body brands, you know, going out there.
Cool. So yeah, we're gonna hook him up with some gear, and he's gonna go out and do his thing. So guys, check him out over at Second Shift Racing. I'm telling you, awesome videos, awesome content, and we all love Real Teal. You know the car. We'll be there with it tomorrow. Yes, it's raining and it gets really loud, so we're probably about to go ahead and end this live stream. Oh yeah, I did want to show you guys the shirt.
Scotty.
With Scotty. Oh, Sonic Blue is slow. Yeah,
It's true.
it is. It is. All right. Where did I put this thing at? I'm looking for the shirt. Oh, there it is. I actually got Garrett to model this shirt for me, so that's who this is right here. Woo. All right, guys, what do you think about that? That is my favorite shirt ever, right there. I absolutely love it. So there you go.
I gotta get that one.
Yeah. So that's retro. It's awesome, and that is going to be our next shirt. Yeah.
It's even teal color too.
Yeah, it's even teal. All right, well, look, guys, it's obviously raining, so we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. I'll catch you guys in the next one. And as always, thanks for watching.